think I'm live, right? It should be. Hello, everyone. If anyone's here at all. I'm gonna open the live comments on my phone. Okay. So according to this, 7 people are watching. Okay, cool. All right. Put something in the chat so I know that I'm not talking to myself. But yeah, last time we were here, I was working on this pull request that has been going on for almost 2 years now. And I haven't revisited it since, but I hope to do so today. Got a bunch of reviews from Filippo, which are much appreciated, and a really good review by Oscar, which I haven't had the time yet to address. So that's pretty much what we're going to do today. And for those that don't know, basically we're trying to recreate. So what we have in cats right now is kind of like this line right here, which is a bunch of type classes that are covariant, like semigroup K, monoid K, apply, applicative, alternative, functor. And we kind of want to have the whole hierarchy for invariant and contravariant functors as well. Decidable is something that Stephen Lazaro is working on in a completely different PR. That is here somewhere, this one. But yeah, without further ado, let's have a look at Oscar's comments and see if we can implement some of them. So, have we commonly been using I nothing? Oh, this is a great question. I think actually there's probably no difference between I nothing and nothing after having thought about it a bit. So, I'm probably just going to delete this thing, even though yeah, it won't really make a difference, I believe, because it is a subtype of nothing, and there was a reason somewhere that this I nothing could basically help us in not having dead code warnings by the compiler, but the compiler still throws dead code warnings with this encoding of I nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it and then see what happens. Oh yeah, I forgot how slow my computer gets when I'm streaming. That I'm just gonna look at where this thing pops up. So we're just gonna do nothing here instead of I nothing. I think it should pretty much, wow, it's really slow. Luca, hey Nick, 4 exclamation points. Nick, how's it going? Right, so this I'm gonna change to nothing. Oh geez, okay. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of things here. I should just do a search and replace. Yeah, why not? Actually, only if it's surrounded by something like this. Alright, it's gonna catch at least some of the things here. Yeah, I wonder about this thing though, actually. Oh, obviously we would have to do this. Doing good. Cheers from Canada. Yeah, cheers up north. From me, right back to you. Yeah, we're doing some boring stuff right now, but it will probably get interesting at some point. All right. No, I have to go to this. No. How did I lose that one tab I just had? Okay. Yeah, holy shit, it is just really, really slow. I'm gonna try and stop metals. Let's see if that does something. If I can I even stop this? Alright, so we're gonna go to core JVM, we're just gonna compile, and I'm sure I'm gonna get some errors because of this. Yeah, these all have to go. And so do these. Okay. Nothing is a subtype of A, but type F is invariant in type underscore dot. Well, that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's just fix this for now. Maybe we do need nothing, and I was completely wrong about this. Stranger things have happened. All right. Oh yeah, okay, so contravariant choosable. Basically required F nothing. Oh, found F nothing, required F of A. Wait, contravariant dot contra not. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I need to describe some types here. Maybe it's a type inference thing, actually. Yeah, it might be. Maybe. I don't know. But I would be very happy to not have this I nothing thing. I know FS2 still has it, but I think makes more sense there. But I also don't really know, so we'll see. Shiyu commented YouTube with the hat on top. I don't really know what that means, but thanks, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so things seem to be compiling now. Oh, right, last time, actually, I did get to this PR after last stream, because I remember now that we had there was some CSV. There was a CSV parser somewhere in this. Is it in here? No. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's not a CSV. It's a binary codec type thing. And yeah, and basically the way it was doing things, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but basically I added something about the randomness was kind of off, I think. So I had to change things a bit. Yeah, but now these laws all actually pass, which is nice. And yeah, so while this compiles, let's look at some of the other comments Oscar made. So, can we get a comment here for the laws? Yes, that is something I want to do, which I will do in a second. The other is wanna dev 0a. Isn't that equivalent? And we sidestep the I nothing issue. It is actually not different. It is actually not equivalent, obviously. And the reason I can kind of show So basically, it is equivalent for covariant functors, but not for contravariant functors. So I don't know, let's just go somewhere here, I guess. So let's say I have some kind of type F. It is, I don't know, it's int, whatever. And I write I have this 0 method, right? That comes with, basically, I think it's right here, invariant choosable, right? So it's an f of nothing, right? So it's basically an empty, and it's the identity for choice. So in case you didn't know, if you have an either of nothing and a, that is equivalent to just a, right? Because the left-hand side is impossible to contain a value. So it must be an A, unless you throw an exception, but even if you throw an exception, then not even this holds, right? Because if this thing throws an exception, then it might not be. So basically exceptions and things like that, they destroy any kind of guarantees the compiler could ever give you. So if we have this f of nothing, so for contravariant functors, right, which give us, as you might know, which give us a map function. So if we have an f of a and a function from a to b, that gives us an f of b, right? And so if we just take 0 and call map on it, right? Now basically it expects a function from right here, nothing to b, right? And since nothing is a subtype of every single type, this function right here is just the identity function, right? So because it's basically just an upcast, right? And upcasts in Scala are done automatically. Yeah, so this is actually pretty easy, but if we have a contravariant functor, which is defined by this contramap function, which is basically the same thing, just the arrow kind of goes the other way. So instead of having an f of a to b, we have an f of b to a. It still gives us an f of b. So now if we try to contramap this, now what we need is a function from b to nothing, and that's just something we cannot do because we can never return nothing. And yeah, and that's why for contravariant functors, something like this is equivalent, right? These are the same thing. But for contravariant functors, that is not the case. And the same goes for invariant functor, right? So if we have imap, and that's basically the same, just we have two functions, one that goes one way and one that goes the other way, right? But here we have the same problem. If we want to call this function, we still somehow, like, we can do this function right here. It's easy. It's, again, nothing to b, but this function is still the one that trips us up. We can't implement a function that goes to nothing. It's just impossible. It is possible, but it basically means throw new exception, and that's not really useful. So yeah, so I basically explained this to you guys, and now I need to explain it to Oscar. This doesn't work because alright, this only works in the covariant case. If we have an f of nothing we can't get an f of a using contramap or imap as it would mean needing a function that returns nothing. Okay, it's not as details. Hey Zach, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Right, why not just, so we deleted this code, so this is probably fine. I'm so fan of each bang of its own. I'd rather live with the warts of nothing and try to get them fixed. Yeah, I kind of agree. Can we just copy this into a comment on invariant choice if this is the only law? Yes, I believe we can. I think efold identity works here. Right. Oh yeah. So actually, if we go back to the laws, these here. Yeah, so it's probably some type inference issue, which is really annoying. But I guess it is what it is. Nothing. That's probably why we had this nothing, because it just infers a little bit better. So nothing absurd is not a thing. But I believe, as Oscar pointed out, we should be able to do identity here, right? So folding over an either to an A, since nothing is a subclass of A, or a subtype rather, it's not a subclass. That is just identity. And this left hand, this function, like obviously identity will be called, but the left hand, this part of the fold will never be called, since it is impossible to have a nothing value. But yeah. Let's see. So that seems to work out fine, it seems like, but alright, so we need to change this as well to identity. Nothing to nothing. Okay. So why did it work in the other case but not over here? Okay. So I map to the second thing, and then and then we need, okay, so wait, I'm a bit confused here. It said nothing absurd. So basically, let's just think about this. We have a product of an A and a nothing, so it's a tuple of A and nothing, and then we imap over it and to go to nothing itself, because again, like if we have a tuple of nothing and A, that is equivalent to A. Because if you think about it, I want to create something of this, so let's say A is int, I do 42, but what can I write here? There's nothing I can put in, right? Like I can again do throw new exception, but that breaks what people like to call parametricity. And so what we need here is a function from, so this function basically, right, so this is a tuple of A and nothing, and we need to go from A to tuple A nothing to nothing, and now we need to go from nothing to tuple of A and nothing, and I'm just going to do something like this, A to A, which in this case should really be, I wonder if this works. No, it's missing a parameter type. Alright, so this is, what did I just say? It is a nothing. for some reason this doesn't want to. I'm not sure what's going on with the type inference here. But yeah, this is probably why we had I_nothing in the first place. Alright, so we should definitely be able to write this function though. Say we have, I don't know what to call this function. This is basically a tuple nothing is nothing, right? So, or the other way around. So if we have a nothing, which we won't ever do, and no matter what A we have here, we can do something like this by just saying N, and this should work, right? So it somehow works here, but for some reason it doesn't work over there. Ooh. Okay, so we need to deal with this A. Oh, maybe, yeah, I probably need to do something like this, where it won't infer it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe I can do identity after I added that. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So far, so good. Let's see. The boilerplate of this testing library is unfortunate. I do agree, but that's also not really something we can do about that. Hi all. Hi RJ. Also from Canada. I'm glad to have Canadian viewers. Alright, so actually the only thing that we need to address here after this is done is just make some notes of the laws. So one of them is right. No, it is right. It's right, invariant choice. Oh no. Right here. So we're just going to say something like combine two effectful values into an either. That's not really great. Must be associative. Okay, so this is no longer true. Can we see? Yeah, but must be associative. Is that enough? I don't know. Yeah, let's just go with this, and then in invariant semi-loop. So don't like the name, but must obey the laws. Okay, is that? I wonder if that's what he meant. Maybe you want to put it in the Scala doc of the class instead of the method. Wait, let's see. Can we add a commentator to the laws? The fact that FA comes first may indicate it is preferred, but right usually is the preferred side. I think there's a real chance for confusion here. Yeah, that is true. But I don't think either side is really preferred, because associativity can kind of give us both, right? So as long as we choose one side, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, not sure what to do with this one. Must obey the laws defined in the invariance and laws. What do we do about this one? Maybe just say zero must absorb must absorb product. God, that is I don't even know what to say. This is just, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. I guess I'll come back to this. I don't know, but yeah. So I think that should address at least some of the comments. Oh, why do I have 2 of these? Oh, what? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, let's just trash this console. But what we can do here for now is just commit this and then also merge master back into this one. All right. I should probably format all before that. So let's go format. Taking a while. Any comments here? No? Okay, cool. Actually, you know what? Let's try to do this in the GitHub thing. See what the actual conflicts are. Oh, okay, yeah. So I ported the cat's test suite to munit. We were using Scala test before, just because Scala test hasn't really been consistent with releasing Dottie milestones, and it's understandable, you know, because it's a fairly big library. You know, Scala test does a lot of things, and it has some macros and stuff, and munit is very, very focused on, you know, like being this minimal test tool. And so we just decided to port the cat's test to munit, just because cats is depended on by so many different projects, different libraries, that we kind of need it to be Dottie compatible, so that all of the other downstream libraries, you know, can also start building on Dottie. So this is something I'm gonna very easily be able to fix once this is all okay. Cool. So let's just yeah, let's just add everything, and then commit, remove nothing instead. You know what this reminds me of? The I don't know, I was told you know, like one of those Greek myth about, is it, I think it's Odysseus? I don't know even how to pronounce his name in English. And how he defeats the what are they called? Cyclops, where he says, "Oh, I'm nobody," and then like no one. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Or maybe this is a Seinfeld reference. Show but nothing. Commit about nothing. So we do all this stuff, and then we will have to check out master. I wonder if that. Just yeah. Oh, okay. Just gonna merge master. Let's see. Okay, conflict right here, and we'll just accept both changes because we need them both. Yeah, so for all is not explicitly re-exported from Scala check in munit, while in Scala test it is, or maybe Scala test wraps it somehow. I don't even know. So we need to add this import to get for all. We could also do prop.forall, but you know, I did a bunch of regex hacks to to actually make sure all of this stuff works. Okay, so let's just double check that everything compiles. Laws JVM. Oh, I didn't even compile the laws, didn't I? Oh, what the hell? Why is everything different? Why does it all say M for modified? Alright, let me just double check what I did here. Now let's commit. Maybe I should have looked at the diff, but no, this actually looks very reasonable. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Oh, this is something I definitely didn't want to commit though. Alright, let's remove that. Encodec invariant, sweet. Whoopsie daisy. Alright, let it compile. But yeah. Yeah, so I think we can probably leave this issue alone after this. I don't know. Is there something someone in the audience wants me to work on? Some issue or something in cats that has always bugged them? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably going to continue my Dottie work. I ran into some Dottie issues where the compiler just had a very different behavior from Scala 2. But yeah. What's this? Yeah. Thanks, Zach, for that, by the way. Alright, cool. Yeah, like definitely let me know if there is something. Totally happy to help anyone out with anything. Yeah. Yeah, streaming really slows down my my whole computer. Maybe I should stream in lower quality, but I feel like quality is already not that high. I'm not even sure what my settings are. Yeah, and I don't know how to see it either. Alright, still going. Yeah, so let's have a look at if no one's speaking up, I'm going to look at this. Oh no. Oh, but that's cool. So I found an issue when putting Dottie, when putting cats to Dottie. That apparently either Guillaume or Nicolas already. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Guillaume. This is really cool. That was fixed. Like, I made this 4 days ago, and apparently he had a commit for this 2 days ago. That's pretty fast. Great turnaround, as they say. So, oh my god, okay. Unit types don't get widened with unit type letter. Which was this one? Oh, right. This is the one where Guillaume basically gave me a workaround with the new using syntax from Dottie. So what I'll have to do is kind of split the code into oh, I'm not even, how do I even do that? Is there a I'm not sure. Dottie cross build different source files. So basically I want to have one code base for 2.12 and 2.13 and one for 1 for Dottie or Scala 3. So let's have a look real quick. Maybe this will give me some answers. Oh, this doesn't look like something I need. Okay. Separate source files. Maybe Scala version specific source files. I'm not even sure. Dottie. Man, Google is not helpful right now. Maybe this. Specific is what I saw. Oh. God, I hate websites that take away my normal Command F. Thank you. Oh, I guess I can do something like this. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that, but that's cool. Okay. It's very interesting. All right. So, oh my God, this is still compiling. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you can already look at where was this? This was, I think this was in Monad Suite. Nope, okay, it all compiles. That's cool. What's going on here again? Oh my God, what the hell? Oh, this is just the merge. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna add all of this, commit it. Fix, whatever. It's gonna get squashed anyway. Don't at me. All right, so now I'm going to check out the Dottie tests branch, and I'm definitely not gonna re-import metals, because that would just take forever and ever. It's kind of annoying that everything's red now. But yeah, let's just. All right, I'm gonna force. No, I'm gonna force to go with the latest Dottie release candidate. What did I change? Oh yeah, I gotta have to reload. Because this one, actually I don't know, maybe I don't know. What did I change in the build SPT? I'm not even sure. Oh, what's new? Something. Do you prefer VS Code over IntelliJ? Yeah. Yeah, I used IntelliJ for the longest time, and I switched about, I think, a year and a half ago, when Metals first had its release with like a bunch of the cool stuff like auto completion. IntelliJ never really worked for me as soon as I started developing like FP Scala. And I think the reason for that is just that I know the IntelliJ people, they have their own parser. And that basically meant that I couldn't, like a lot of, it would give me a bunch of false negative and also false positives. And that was just not fun. And I found that later. So what we want to do is compile this project with Dottie. This will take a while. But yeah, I can talk about IntelliJ. So what I did for probably almost 2 years was use IntelliJ, but turn off all of the fancy features. So there is this, I think IntelliJ has a mode called energy save mode or something like that. It was really interesting because it basically turned off, like, you would never get any red squigglies in your code. And sometimes, like, I think for me, like 80% of the time the autocomplete and the auto import functionality, they worked, and in 20% of the time they didn't. But yeah, like all of the, I don't know, like linting, it did on top of what, Scala does, just wasn't there. And I've always used SPT from the console, just because it was, when I was using IntelliJ, and before that I tried to use Scala IDE, like Eclipse. There was always some issues, so SPT was always my, like the source of truth there. Alright, what is this? I didn't... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you know what? I think I committed something by mistake last time I was here. Let's go to invariant.scala. No, not this one. Oh. Nope. Invariant. I find the lack of proper support for cross-compiled projects, JVM.js, especially around platform-specific code, most annoying. For IntelliJ or VS Code? Because I feel like both of them, I actually don't really know what they do. So I moved this over here, which is something I shouldn't have done. This should go, actually, in here, or somewhere. This is called tuple instances. But I think this should make this compile. IntelliJ, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe IntelliJ has gotten a lot better since I last used it. I hear it's getting better all the time, but yeah. VS Code handles like a champ. Yeah, love to hear it. Yeah, like Metals has just been working wonders for me. It's really bad if my computer is slow and I can't import, like, index things, and sometimes it just refuses to index things. But moving from from IntelliJ to Metals has been a huge win for me, and maybe that's just because I do a lot of library work, and library code tends to, I guess, be a little bit more complex, or like use more of Scala's complex features than user code or like application code. But yeah, like, I jumped on Metals and never really looked back. It was just such an improvement for me. And not to say that IntelliJ is bad or anything, it was just didn't work out well for me. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is, oh, this is something different. Yeah, so one really annoying bit is that in Scala, list extends a function from int. So a list of A extends a function from int to A, right? Because its apply method will give you an A at the index of that integer. The problem with that is that because list is now a subtype of that, and Dottie has some different rules about subtypes and implicits that I'm not sure about 100% how they work, is that if we have, as we have right here, a monad for function 1, right? It now collides with the monad for list. And yeah, that's something we need to fix. All right, so, and this is the problem I was talking about earlier when we looked at this GitHub issue. Does not detect loop with higher commit times. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think this is pretty much what I'm seeing. Oh no, it's not. Oh, okay, this is it's a completely different issue. All right, or not completely different, but wait, I just, where is it mentioned? Oh, okay, it's just when we came across with it. Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah. What we'll have to do here is basically see where that comes from. Right, all of these tests right here. This while m is defined over here. And what we'll need to do, unfortunately, is something like add a new folder. Oh, okay, so this is already, well, that's very interesting. This has already been done for us. Oh, did someone port this macro? The lift macro? That's so interesting. I didn't even know that. Oh, no, they just didn't. Alright, okay. That's totally fine. It's just that it doesn't exist on this Scotch. But let's see. What we want here is, alright. So in this source main Scala, we want cat's syntax .monad.scala. Well, actually, it's just, we don't need to duplicate the whole file, but we need to duplicate, I believe, these monad ops. So let's try that. Let's just create a, yeah, so this is, I think it was a trait or class, I don't know. Monad ops. And this should be in, this should be in syntax. Oh, that's interesting. Package source main Scala. That's definitely not what we want. Cats.syntax, right? I believe so. And so now, I'm just gonna take this thing, copy and paste it. And then, yeah, alright. Import cats.monad and also alternative. Oh, that is not what I was trying to do. And then in, so I'm just gonna delete this. And then in, just copy and paste this in here for now. Oh no, it should be in cats. So, and then instead of using implicit, what we're going to do is using. It has to be before that. Using, right, so it's basically, yeah, just gonna do this. I think that should work. Using and monad. No? Oh, I think metals just doesn't understand that syntax yet, which would make sense. Oh. Yeah, you guys are watching me doing very, very boring stuff right now, and I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the life of an open source maintainer. Sometimes you're just not doing interesting things. But hopefully, you know, once this lands in Dottie, this will just unlock a bunch of really, really, really cool stuff. So let's see. This gives us a lower error count. Fingers crossed. Oh no, that's bad. Oh wait, is this something different? Oh, actually, yeah. I think like we cut down on the errors. We had 27. Wait, these. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this was what we did before. Function lift. That's expected, obviously. And this thing is weird. Oh, it's the isomorphism. Okay. And then, but that's not in monad suite, which is good. That's very good. Okay. 27 to 13. Hell yeah. That's a bunch of, oh, that's beautiful. All right. So let's have a look. These things are a different issue. I believe they're this one. Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, this is the one where, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what the Dottie team says. Oh, this is my Slack. I don't know why I opened that. So what else do we have here that we could potentially fix? Ambiguous instance of type functor. We have implicit resolution. What is this? Oh, is it because these two? Wait, how could this ever compile though? What? I am very confused. Why? Both are T and M. Oh, this is the test, that if you have both of these in scope, this still works. How did this ever work, though? Oh, we did the whole thing about this? I'm very confused. Wait, I did this? I do not remember that. Oh, I just changed something here. I'm very, very confused. List wrapper. I mean, should that work? I'm not sure that should work. I feel like it should not work, because we have two functor instances here, and it should just, can't, yeah. Skip over this one for now. Have a look at this one. Oh yeah, this is the same functor of list issue. What about this one? What's this? Functor list wrapper. Is this because list wrapper is something we use for testing? Yeah, so we have a traverse, blah blah blah. Okay. Alright, so we have a monad and an alternative, which both extend from monad, or from functor. And that's why it's giving us the implicit ambiguities here. Both value f and g, which are these two. Yeah, but again, this is the same problem. I'm not sure how to fix. Let's just keep moving. This is something we'll have to look at. Oh, what? Okay. Oh no, this is also the same thing. God damn it. And then we have the function k lift thing. Oh, but that's actually pretty cool, since it looks like we only have a few things before we can actually build Dottie on cats on Dottie, completely and unambiguously. So, wait, how did I get here? What is this? Why is this weird? Oh, gotcha. So this basically just says that Kleisli is contravariant, right? Since this here is a Kleisli of list a1 to int, this is a Kleisli of list a2 to string, and this is a Kleisli of list a3 to boolean. And this is supposed to work, but in this case it does not, because it's the list, and list has these two instances that are both found. So what can we do about that? I'm sure it's because of this. So I wonder if we can work around this, even though it's really annoying. Like, I think this should technically fix the problem, but this is not a great solution. So basically in cats 2.2, we decided to put all the type class instances into the companion object of the type classes, instead of having them as these orphan types that you import using, cats instances or cats implicits. And so basically cat's instances right now we don't really need, but because of backwards compatibility, it's obviously all still there. But we really don't want that to break people's stuff, you know? And I'm not sure how to prioritize these. Is there a good resource to learn group theory concepts related to cats? Honestly, there's not a bunch of group theory in cats. There's some abstract algebra. I have a talk out that kind of goes into the type classes in cats. It's called Monoids. I gave it last year at Scholar World if you want to check it out. But honestly, the way I learned it was just through looking through Wikipedia. So looking up like, hey, what's a group? And group, or like a monoid or lattices, they're all very, very simple. Like, they're very abstract, which makes them maybe confusing, but they're all very simple. They're just like, hey, we have a group is anything where you have a binary operator which takes two things and, you know, combines them into one, but also has an inverse function where if you combine something with its inverse, it returns the identity. And also, if you combine something, apply that binary operator with the identity, that thing does not change. And that's the definition of a group. And while it is highly abstract, and a lot of different things can be groups, it doesn't. It's not complex, right? It's hard to gain an intuition for it, but it's very easy to understand, I think. Right. So yeah, that fixed it. But that's not very it's not the solution I want. So what we can do here in the function k test suite is basically, because we're not going to use this function k lift, we can simply say, hey, we don't want, we're just not going to compile them on Dottie. I think that would be a fair thing to do. Yeah. So I'm just going to add a, where is it? Wait, not in laws, but in tests, because that's where we are. Yeah. In tests, under source test, we're going to add a folder named Scala2.x. Right? Was that the pattern? I believe it was. .x and 3.x. Okay, cool. I wonder, I mean, Dottie is 0.26, so why is it, I don't know. It seems to work. I'm not gonna question it. You love that talk. I'll probably, oh, that's cute. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, I'm fairly proud of that talk. I think it's cool. The interface have few requirements which make them high expression power while being abstract or fantasy. Yeah, basically, like, it's like I can explain something like a semigroup to pretty much anyone, and they're like, yeah, okay, I get it, but also like, what does this mean, or why do I want this, right? But once you see like what you can do with a semigroup, you know, associativity and what that gets you in actual user code, is pretty cool. So, and that's kind of what I wanted to do in that talk as well. It's like, hey, we have these algebraic properties that are pretty simple, like commutativity, right? So A plus B, or A combined with B, is the same as B combined with A. It's like, okay, great, but like, what are the use cases? But if some people hear, you know, commutative monoid or commutative, I don't know, rings and stuff, they would be like, whoa, this is math. And math is scary. Or, I mean, that's not most people, but a lot of people. But yeah, like this abstract form of math is very, very, I think, non-scary. It's just abstract. So yeah, and I profess that I love abstraction. I think like my brain's reward system is all about like whenever I find some abstraction that either I came up with, which doesn't happen a lot, but mostly it's like someone else come up with like, oh, what is this? If this has these or these axioms, and like, oh shit, this is so cool. Wow. And my brain just gives me a bunch of dopamine or I don't know, serotonin, something. Definitely gives me something. But yeah, let's take out these lift functions. Ooh, I'm not sure how to do this exactly. Maybe we just put them in a different function K lift suite or something. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. New file. Hey, this is already in source main. Yeah, so I need to just do new file. Cats tests function K lift suite. And I'm just gonna take this package cats.tests. Oh, I didn't give it the correct suffix. And then it is it a class? I believe it's a class, right? No. Class function K lift suite instance cat suite. And then we'll just take these tests anywhere where lift is, and lift. Oh, there's 3 definitely. This one also this one. Oh, and these are just compile errors. Yeah. All right, cool. And then I'll just put them right here. And we need to. Are these used? Yeah, I'm just gonna duplicate them. They're really not too bad to duplicate, I feel. But option. Wait. Oh yeah, this does not refer to this. Oh, maybe I don't even. Do I need these? No, I don't think I do. Right. Let's just see if this works. All right. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll catch you all in a minute. Never mind. I'm still here. Bathroom's occupied. Oh, I can still see my screen. Yeah. But it looks like we got those. That's very good. So we should be down to like, how many errors was that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 errors. So we should be down to 8 errors. All right. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh, and we have 7 instead of 8. Did I do my math wrong? 13 minus 5. Oh, we got down to 12 because of that one thing I got rid of where I turned the implicits dot underscore into syntax all dot underscore. So this is pretty good. This is all reported. I'm not sure what to do with this. Ugh. Maybe, I don't know. I find it odd though that, I mean, basically, this should apply to things like set and sorted set as well, right? Sorted set extends set. So I wonder why this only happens with list. Actually, this should happen with like a lot of things. Oh, it's set and sorted set both don't have functors. But they should have. I wonder if they have any instance with in common with function 1. I just don't like. List should just not extend from function 1. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, because it's not even. Because basically, like, if you have something like this, right, which expects, I don't know, an int to string, let's say, I don't know, whatever, and then you use it while giving a list of strings, obviously, then, like, why is this really useful? Is this really worth, instead of doing like list dot get or whatever it's called, index? Oh no, what is, wow, I never use indices anymore, so I'm not even sure. So I guess it's apply, but isn't there also one for getting an option? Is there not get? Wow, I guess it's map.get. That's interesting. I could have sworn there was one that gives you an option. Yeah, apply gives you the thing directly, but that's also unsafe. Like, if I do this, or if I even do this or this, it will, throw an exception. So I would much, like, if you had list extend anything, at least make it, a partial function, like, because it is a partial function. Actually, let's check out the definition of list. I haven't looked at that in a long time. Oh, I can't for some reason. Maybe because I'm in the Scala specific suite. Let's see. Scala mutable list. Yeah. One of these must extend function 1. Is it linear seek? Is it this one? Wow. Wait, is this the old generic? I'm not even sure what's going on here. I really don't understand the Scala collections. Genseek? Somewhere, somehow, it extends function 1. I don't know where. Gen iterable. This must be the old, though. This is can build from. How do I see? Oh, because my main Scala version is. Let's look this up. Scala collection. Mutable list. So abstract seek, linear seek, maybe abstract seek. Collection abstraction with seek. Oh, it extends partial function. Wait, that's Interesting. Oh, right, but partial function extends the regular function. Oh my god, okay. Which also doesn't make any sense, because like if you think of it as an is a, and actually what's his name? Dale gave a talk about this last year. Because like if you think of it as is a partial function is not a normal function. It's the other way around, right? That's how I see it. Because if something expects a partial function, you can always give it a normal function, right? Just like, you know, Liskov substitution. But if something expects a normal function, if you get a partial function, things can go bad very quickly. You know, if you call map with the partial function, it will just start throwing shit. But yeah. All right. So, oh no, this is definitely not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to move forward with any of this. So let's look at some other issues or things we could work on. Let's actually commit what we have so far though. Actually, let's set the version back to 2.12. That similarly, I don't know. I can't keep up with the Scala versions. So let's just make sure that the tests that we extracted still compile. Well, that's just weird. Why would... Oh. Yeah, because we're not in the right scope. Oh, why, though? I am very confused by this. But I also saw something about this earlier. What did I do? I changed something in this? No. I went to invariant and switched around the order of things. So basically it's looking for a representative from something S to something S. So there's some different rules in implicit search in Scala. Oh, this is killing me. 2.12. So wait, this came from over here, and I extracted it because distributive. Wait, does distributive also extend functor? Yeah. So these things. Oh no. Yeah. How come these things don't cause ambiguities? Wait, so this is still a problem. What was here though before? So what the hell is actually going on here? Let's just look at the master branch for this. Invariant Scala. So we have function 1. Oh, but where's the monad for function 1? Oh, right. I took it from here because there is a monad for list here. Huh. So if I put it back there, things start working again, or did I do something else completely different? Let's see. Taking a long time. But that's usually a good sign. So I think, all right, let's make sense of this. We extend invariant instances 0, which is right here. All right, let's just wait for this to work. 71 seconds, goddamn. No. I'm gonna turn metals off. I'm just gonna cancel compilation. If that even works. Yeah. So it can compile this, but when I move it, when I move this somewhere else, it stops working? Why? Why? Because, like, this extends this, and if I put it here, it should still be in that same scope. Ooh, okay, so at least we got this. That's good, that's good. We don't have anything important here. Alright, import cats.arrow.function_k, and then we also need org.scalacheck.prop.forAll, underscore, get all of them, and then cats data dot non-empty list. What else? Oh, and we need to import equals, just gonna do it like this. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. So we don't need these two imports anymore, because they were only used for the other tests. Alright. So confusing though. Like, I really don't understand the differences in implicit search between Scala2.x and Dottie. So these things, unless tuple somehow has some kind of problem with function 1, This should work in my opinion. Let's see. But also, if I think about it, no, never mind. Yeah, I don't get it. Why? Why would it not do that? So this is looking for a representable of f. And we get a representable from a functor as far as I know. Let's see, implicit, cat's representable for function 1. Yeah, it expects the functor here, which it can't find. But why do we even need this? Ugh, goddamn. Because this functor already exists in... Why does this need this? Because it's... I don't understand. Alright, so over here, let me just sanity check implicitly. We're looking for a functor for S2 star. I can't find it. Oh, okay. That's something different. Both cat's distributive for function 1 and applicative for arrow. Oh, because right, yeah, that actually makes sense because of. All right, so where is it? Down here. Because an arrow, because you know, function 0, function 1 also has an arrow instance. That means this applicative also comes in conflict with this distributive instance. So we'll have to just move stuff around even more. I'm just gonna create a bunch of these invariant instances. 1 extends tuple instances 0, and then we'll have this right here. And now at least on 2.12 it should compile in my opinion. I wonder if this will change anything for Dottie. I have no idea. Maybe that's what's... No, I'm not sure. I have no idea. But yeah, like one of the really annoying bits of Scala is the subtypes implicit. Makes a lot of sense, but it's also something that, you know, like a library like Cats or Scala Z really had to finagle with a lot to make it work. And whenever you have new Scala versions, they introduce new functionality or new tweaks to implicit search, and then that can shake things up. All right. Looks like that seems to work. I think. Let's see. And then just for good measure, why are these called tuple instances? Oh, but can we do this without killing backwards compatibility? I feel like we can, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check it. It's taking a little long, but yeah, that looks good. So core compiles again. Was test kit. Just gonna this to this is true. And this is going to. I'm not sure if this works, but we'll have to see. And then tuple instances 0 is this. Tuple instances 1 is this. Ooh, okay. I just saw this. Could not find. We need the arbitraries here. Ooh, interesting. Right, never mind. Import cats dot. What was it? It was over here, and it was called laws discipline arbitrary. Oh, I can't copy and paste this one. All right, I don't need to. Cats arbitrary. Oh God, no. Was it not arbitrary? What was it? Cats laws arbitrary. Yeah, cats laws discipline. Wow. Okay. That was so off. That's funny to me. Cats laws discipline arbitrary dot underscore. Invariant instances 1 and tuple instances. Isn't the whole point of that should just work? Okay, maybe we need to switch them around. Because yeah, we do need to switch them around. Because this one is more specific than this one. It's slow. Why is it still compiling this even though I told it not to? Can I just turn metals off for now? Is there such a thing? Metals. What is Ammonite build server? Interesting. Alright. This takes a while. Yeah, by the way, there's this cool thing called spatial chat, and there is a Scala channel on that. I think it's spatial.chat/Scala. If Ollie is still on here, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, it's something like that. Yeah, spatial.chat/s/Scala, where I'm going to hang out after we're done streaming, which probably will be soon. I'm not going to go for too much longer. And I'd be very happy to talk to anyone there if you folks want. Yeah, it's been a while. Apparently it's a really cool new chat feature where you basically, it's basically like mimicking actual interactions like at a conference or meetup, where you can go closer to other people and they get louder and stuff like that. I haven't actually tried it out, but it sounded really cool. And I'm just trying to fix Scala 2.12 and hopefully hopefully that will fix Dottie as well. Mm-hmm. 106 for sources. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a lot of value in just watching watching me watch the screen compiling stuff. But yeah, what else could we do in the meanwhile? Is there something interesting that I wanted to work on? I've created so many issues. I have 50 open issues. That's not that bad. Oh yeah, Cat Saga is pretty cool. Oh, this is also something I worked on at some point. Crosswalk. What else do we have here? Migrate to MDoc. If someone wants to do that, I'd be very happy. What else? Okay, yeah. It's not too bad. I opened this up in May for Scala test, Scala check release, and I think just no one got back to me. Yeah, a lot of these are just old. This would be really helpful though. I mean, I guess, not really. It's not really the problem, but it is part of the problem. Is that we have something like distributive, which extends functor, alternative and monad are both extend functor from different sides. What else extends functor? Traverse obviously extends functor. I shouldn't say obviously. Traverse extends functor, for those that don't know. It's actually really interesting why. Well, it's not really interesting, but basically, if you look at traverse, yeah, it's just some random cats trivia. So you can implement map using traverse if you choose the ID monad, you know, where the ID monad, or the ID type is just A itself, right? So basically, if you substitute this G for ID, what you'd get here is ID, a function from A to ID of B, and the result becomes, oh, no, the F stays, obviously. And the result is an ID of F of B. And if you just substitute ID for just the thing, you get a function from A to B, and the result is an F of B. And as you can see, this is just map with extra steps. But yeah, you don't want to change this, obviously. Okay, cool. Scala 2.12 compiles again. So I'm gonna try if this changed anything on Dottie. Oh yeah, I need to force it because it's not part of the cross Scala versions. Hopefully it will be very soon once we fix those errors with list and those compiler issues that I opened in the Dottie repo are fixed as well. Yeah, if you guys don't know flat traverse, it's really a cool thing. It's basically like traversing and also flat mapping at the same time, so it's bound to be cool. And there's also like par flat traverse, which does the traverse part in parallel. There's so many cool traverse stuff. I think I gave a talk about this at some point about all these different things. Yeah. Huh. And traverse is also foldable with a specific instance of G here, but it doesn't reflect that in the cuts because it's just really slow if you do it that way. But yeah, here you can see map implemented by using traverse with ID. So this is just the boilerplate. Yeah. I would love a talk on that. I'm always confusing sequence and traverse and TypeScript. Oh damn, you're using TypeScript. Yeah, I mean, sequence and traverse. One expects a function, like traverse expects a function, and sequence does not. And sequence is just, or basically traverse is just map and then sequence. That's the way it goes, right? Or sequence is just traverse identity. You can choose whichever one you like. What is all this? Oh yeah, we should probably change that at some point. Yeah, what was the other thing? Oh right, the talk. Yeah, yeah, you might find it somewhere. I think it's called Traversals for All Occasions or something like that. There's also I think I have all the things you'll traverse. I think that's a more beginner. So RJ, do you write TypeScript for a living? And do you use FPTS, which I assume, or something, some kind of functional, or like whatever? 7 errors. Oh hell yeah. Oh no, we were at 7 errors before. Okay, so this doesn't change anything, unfortunately, for us. Yeah, I imagine FPTS is quite a thing because like TypeScript doesn't have implicits and it doesn't have higher kind of types, so I've had a look of it, and I know I follow the what's his name, Giulio Conti or something on Twitter, and I try to follow it somewhat, but it's also hard because I'm not that deep into TypeScript. Alright, okay, so I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I hope to see you all at the spatial chat. That'd be really cool. And otherwise, I'll probably do one of these streams again sooner or later. But yeah, even if you write TypeScript, you're welcome, obviously, in the Scala spatial chat thing. So I'll probably post a link to that right here in the live chat, so you guys can just migrate, basically. Let me just get that real quick. Copy link address. There we go. Oh, that's a Twitter link. Oh well, that should be fine, right? Okay, yeah, thank you all again, and I hope you have a great evening or any kind of wherever you are in the world. Have a great week, and I will see you very soon, maybe at some conference or something else or something, Bye. Thanks again.